last vlog, I have took a 14-hour flight from Dublin to KL, Malaysia, and now I'm currently self-quarantining in this apartment. I'm not living with my family at the moment, but they will come and deliver food to me every day, so I still see them like once a day, and that's my only human contact. Like, not really human contact, because they will leave the food outside and then they will like walk away, and then I will go get the food. So I see my dad like once or twice every day. During my journey back, it was quite worrying because there's a very low but still existing risk that someone in the plane might have coronavirus, but they don't know themselves. They might be asymptomatic carriers. We were practicing like extra precautions, like we would use alcohol wipes and like wipe the seats, and then we would wear gloves, and before we eat we would change the gloves, and then we constantly like sanitize our hands. It was a very long flight and it was very like tiring. When I landed at the Malaysia airport, everyone that came from abroad got this health alert card. Sorry, it's a bit crumbled. So it says like what you should do. Like, you should self-quarantine for 14 days, and it's compulsory. If you exhibit any symptoms, you have to seek medical treatment at the nearest healthcare facility immediately, and then you have to show this to the doctor. There's also like numbers to call and where to go, kind of thing. And so we have to keep this health alert card for 14 days. And when we arrive at the airport, we have to go through like a thermal scanner, so to detect if anyone has fever. If you have a fever, you would go to like an office room. I'm not very sure about that because I didn't have a fever, so I just passed through the thermal scanner. After that, I got my luggage, and then my dad came to the airport to pick me up. My dad and my brother drove 2 separate cars to the airport. When they picked me up, both of them drove one car back, and I drove like another car, so that I do not have any contact with them. As of now, I haven't like hugged my parents, or like I haven't even seen my mom actually, because my dad and my brother are the ones that's delivering the food, and my mom is like cooking at home. And then if I need anything, I'll call them, and then they will bring it to me as well, because it's really near to my house. So I still have 7 days of quarantine to go, and so far I have not exhibited any symptoms, and I've been feeling well, but we will see for the remaining 7 days. Okay, let's see what I've done for the past 6 days of quarantine.
It's currently 7:30 in the morning, but look at the sky and look at the roads. No cars at all. Well, it might be a bit too early, but everyone's practicing social distancing, which is great.
So today is day 13 of quarantine in Malaysia. Initially, I was gonna go get tested tomorrow on day 14 just to minimize the risk of false negative, to reassure me and my family that I don't have coronavirus before I go back home. I was gonna go to KPJ Damansara because they do drive-ins, so no appointments are needed, and the results will come back relatively quicker in 24 hours. And they also do like these testings on Saturday. But this has changed because only I think a few days ago there's a new rule saying that you cannot travel beyond 10 km radius of where you live. So KPJ Damansara, it's more than 10 kilometers. I changed my plan and I'm gonna go get tested today at this clinic Qualitas, which offer testing as well. It's 600 ringgit for one test. You have to make an appointment online and you have to pay online, and then the results will come back in 48 to 72 hours upon collection. It's also within the 10 kilometers radius for me. Okay, so I just did my test. So when you reach the clinic, you can park outside the clinic and then do not leave your car until they tell you to leave your car, because there might be people getting tested in like the clinic area, so they want to minimize the risk of spreading. When they are ready, or like when you see that there are no patients, you can call them, or either they will call you and say that you can come to get tested. There's a counter outside of the clinic, so they will ask you to stand behind a yellow line and then hand them your IC to verify your identity, and after that they will also give you a piece of paper to write down your email address. I assume it's to double confirm your email address and also to send you results via email once they get a hold of the results. And after that they will give you like some tissue paper, toilet paper, because after the test is being done you might want to sneeze, so you can use the tissue paper or toilet paper to cover your mouth and your nose. Okay, so after that you will go to like the entrance of the clinic and you can see there's a chair. For me there were two doctors and then they were fully equipped in PPE. First off, they started asking me if I have any symptoms, or if I've traveled anywhere since January, or if I have been in close contact with a positive case. So for me, I have no symptoms, but I did travel from Ireland to UK and I've been self-quarantining for 14 days ever since. So I did tell them that, and also on my flight apparently there was a positive case. I found out via social media. I called MOH to look for advice and what I should do, but MOH told me that there's no info about a positive case on my flight, so I don't really know how to handle that piece of information. But I did tell them as well. After that they will explain to you what they're gonna do. So they did a throat swab and a nasal swab for me, and they also told me that it would be a little bit uncomfortable, so just like bear with it. Is it painful? No, it's not painful. Is it uncomfortable? Yes, it is uncomfortable. If you think you should get tested, you should get tested. Yeah, and that's it. So they will tell you that the results will be back in about 3 working days, and they will inform you via email. So they told you not to call them. I assume a lot of people are calling them. And I asked if I was tested positive, what should I do? And then they will advise you accordingly when they tell you your results. Like, they sanitized my hands before I went into the clinic and after I come out of the clinic. And after that I just drove back home. And one thing to mention is that because of the recent rule of like you can't travel within the 10 km distance radius, so I was a bit worried about that, because I was going to an area which is about 12 km away from where I am. On the way there was one police block, and when I came back there was another police block. So on the first police block they were very friendly actually. They stopped me, and then I explained to them that I was gonna go get tested for coronavirus because I just came back from Ireland. And then they were like, oh, where did you come back from? Yeah, and then they asked me like, how is it back in like Ireland and blah blah. Like, they were like cars lighting up behind my car, and they were asking me like these questions, but in a very friendly way, so I really appreciate that. And then before they let me go, they were like, okay, good luck, and I was like, thank you, I need it. When I came back, there was another roadblock, so that one was really funny because the police like literally didn't talk to me at all. I just scrolled down my window and then he just stared at me, and I was like oh, I just came back from a COVID-19 testing. And then he just like I was like, okay, bye.
thank you for your work. You know.
One more thing I would like to add is that I have firsthand witnessed how much hard work that the frontliners put in this. Like, you know how you always scroll social media and you see posters and you know how hard they work, but you know it, but also experiencing it is a different thing. So like say in the clinic, the two doctors were fully equipped with PPE, but because when you do the test, like you tend to cough or sneeze because they put the swab really deep inside, like when they were testing someone positive and the patient, not the patient, the person cough on the doctors, which I did. I actually couldn't contain it and sneeze on the, I mean not sneeze right on the face, but I sneezed during the test and I felt really sorry. I apologized immediately, but like I tried really hard to like contain it, but it was quite difficult. The risk that they are going through is not something that we can imagine until we experience it ourselves. And also for the police members that are like doing all the roadblocks and everything, they were wearing gloves and masks, but still I think they're putting themselves out there to help minimize the risk of the spread. So really thank you for all the hard work that the frontliners are putting in and the risk that they put themselves into as well. I know like they probably wouldn't see it, but like if you are watching this, like remember to stay at home to keep them safe. You know.